back to the channel. I'm gonna get right into this video. This video is going to explain and tell you my top 10 procedures that I teach. The top 10 that I teach on that first day of school. So let's get right into it. Procedure number 1, entering into the classroom. I've done a video about this, how your kids enter into the classroom and greet you and how you greet them. Number 2, how do they unpack? How do your students unpack for the day? Getting ready for the day. What do they do with their materials that they need for the school day? Number 3, how your students go to the restroom independently. I know many of us do class restroom breaks. Well, I haven't done those in a long time, but I know some do classroom restroom breaks, which is great and fine, but there comes a time where a student might need to go to the restroom and it's not during that class time, or it could be during that class break time, but you need a procedure on what do the students do when they need to use the restroom, okay? That's number 3. Number 4, water bottle. I know at my school, my kids are able to have water bottles because it is extremely hot here in Houston, especially during the beginning of the school year. But what you need is a procedure for water bottles. I know my kids, they put their water bottles in the crate and then they go and grab it when they need it and get a drink of water. So what's your procedure on that? Your next, that's number 4. Okay, so number 5, procedure number 5, I would teach on the first day of school would be how your students come to their learning spot for that mini lesson or for that family meeting. How are your kids gonna know what to do when they're at their seats working? What's the cue? What's the procedure? I use a lot of music in my school day to let my kids know when to do this and to do that, so I don't have to use my voice a lot. I only want to use my voice a lot when I'm teaching that mini lesson, when I'm praising them, and then when I'm in small groups with them. Okay, so number 6, what's the procedure for lining up? We line up to leave our classroom a lot. So what's that procedure? What does that look like? What is your expectation? Make sure you teach that and make sure you practice that and model that. That's so important, especially on the first day of school, because we're making a lot of visits around the school, practicing in the hallways, practicing going to the cafeteria, all that good jazz. So practice lining up. Number 7, the procedure that I would teach would be how do your students get your attention? Figure out an attention getter that you can use with your students. These can be so made up. There's tons of them out there. Like if I say French, my kids will say fry. If I say J-Jot. If I say JJ, they say what. You could say bubble, they say gum. You can make up all kinds of cute little attention getters. You could say P-U, and they could say, is that you? Just make it fun, inviting, loving, just make it exciting, but just choose one attention getter to use, and then practice that throughout the day so they get used to that. And then on the second day of school, third day of school, you can add some more attention getters, okay? Was that number 7? So this is, or number 8. Number 8, okay, number 8, dismissal. How do your students leave for the day? What's the process on how they leave for the day? How do they leave out of the classroom for the day? What does that look like? Are you standing at the door saying goodbye to them? Are they sitting on the carpet and waiting for you to call them or listen for the bus? Whatever that procedure is, think about how do you want your kids to leave your classroom at the end of the day. And always remember, you want them to leave your class very, very excited and happy, you know, kind of like I always like to hear, I know you guys have heard it before, your students say, I don't want to go home, Miss May, I want to stay longer. You know, that's the goal, okay, if they say that. But that would be a procedure that I would teach at the end of the day. Let's see, number 9, I'm sorry, girl, I'm losing track, but number 9, the procedure that I would teach would be, how do they sit on their learning spot? I should have put that earlier, but how do they sit on their learning spot? Are they crisscross? Like how do they sit? What does that look like for you when you're teaching a lesson? To teach them that procedure. When they do come to the carpet, how do they sit? Okay, what does that look like? Practice that. Don't forget, in my previous videos, you model what it looks like, then you have the students do it, and then you have someone model what it shouldn't be like, and then a student to model what it should be like, what it should look like again. So model, 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 model. And again, these things take practice, but I feel like these procedures are your ones that I would teach on the first day of school. Number 10, the final procedure that I would teach your students on the first day of school would probably be, how do they get your attention? Do they raise their hand? Do they give you some kind of signal? Do you have something on their desk to let you know that they need your attention? Just think of a way how they can get your attention when they need you, instead of shouting out your name like Miss May, Miss May. No, that's not how we get Miss May's attention, okay? So you model that procedure, what that looks like when they need your attention, because I'm gonna tell you on that first day of school, they're gonna need you a lot, okay? So I hope this helps you. I'm not saying that you have to do these procedures, but those are the ones that I teach on the first day, because let's be real here, first day goes very fast. And the first day, you just want to make sure that they all eat and that they all make it home on the correct transportation, and everything else is really just a blur. Don't be mad at yourself if you don't get all these procedures done in that first day. Just make sure they're in that first week for you. So I hope this helps you guys. You guys have asked me so many times, Miss May, what procedures would you teach on the first day of school? And these are the ones I would teach. So as always, guys, don't forget to always pray, because God will always make a way. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.